For decades, the 4-minute mile stood as an unbreakable barrier in athletics. It was a challenge that seemed to mock the very essence of human endurance and speed. Athletes from all corners of the globe, from different eras and backgrounds, set their sights on this elusive goal, dreaming of the day they could defy the odds and make history. Runners trained relentlessly, pushing their bodies to the limit, enduring grueling workouts and intense regimens. They woke up before dawn, ran through rain and shine, and sacrificed countless hours in pursuit of this singular dream. Coaches devised new training methods, and sports scientists studied every aspect of running mechanics, all in the hope of finding the secret to breaking the 4-minute barrier. But the elusive mark remained out of reach. Time and again, athletes would come tantalizingly close, only to fall short by mere seconds. The finish line seemed to mock them, a constant reminder of their limitations. Exhausted and disheartened, they crossed the line, knowing they had given their all, yet it wasn't enough. Experts claimed it was physiologically impossible, a feat beyond the capabilities of the human body. They pointed to the structure of our muscles, the capacity of our lungs, and the limits of our cardiovascular system. Renowned physiologists and sports scientists held conferences, published papers, and debated endlessly, all concluding that the 4-minute mile was a boundary that could not be crossed. A limit imposed by the very structure of the human body. They argued that our anatomy was not designed to sustain such speeds over a mile. The heart, they said, could not pump blood fast enough, the muscles would fatigue too quickly, and the lungs could not supply enough oxygen. It was a biological ceiling, a natural law that no amount of training or determination could overcome. The world accepted this belief as an undeniable truth. Spectators watched races with a mix of hope and resignation, cheering for their favorite athletes, while secretly believing that the 4-minute mile was an unattainable dream. It became a part of the collective consciousness, a shared understanding that some goals were simply beyond our reach. The 4-minute mile became a symbol of human limitation. It was more than just a time on a stopwatch. It was a metaphor for the boundaries we face in life. It represented the challenges that seem insurmountable, the dreams that feel just out of reach, and the goals that test the very limits of our perseverance. It represented a ceiling on what we could achieve, a constant reminder that no matter how hard we tried, some barriers were too high to overcome. Athletes would look up at this metaphorical wall, feeling the weight of history and the expectations of the world on their shoulders, a boundary that confined human potential. It was a line drawn in the sand, a challenge that dared us to dream bigger, to push harder, and to believe in the impossible. Yet, for years it remained unbroken, a testament to the limits of human endurance and the power of belief. The world watched as athlete after athlete fell short, their dreams dashed against the unyielding barrier of the 4-minute mile. Each failure reinforced the belief that this barrier was insurmountable, a cruel reminder of our limitations, reinforcing the belief that this barrier was insurmountable. Coaches consoled their athletes, offering words of encouragement and hope, but deep down, everyone wondered if the 4-minute mile would ever be conquered. It was a dream denied, a challenge that seemed destined to remain unfulfilled. If you believe in breaking barriers and achieving the impossible, subscribe to our channel for more inspiring stories. In 1954, a young medical student named Roger Bannister dared to challenge this prevailing notion. At the time, the idea of running a mile in under 4 minutes was considered beyond human capability. Experts and athletes alike believed it was a physical and mental barrier that could not be broken. Yet, Bannister, with his background in medicine and a deep understanding of the human body, saw things differently.
I possessed more than just physical strength and rigorous training. My journey was not just about the hours spent on the track or the miles logged in preparation. It was about a mindset, a belief that transcended the physical limitations that others imposed on themselves. I knew that to achieve something extraordinary, I had to think beyond the ordinary. I harbored an unwavering belief in my ability to break the 4-minute barrier. This belief was not born overnight. It was cultivated through years of dedication, perseverance, and an unyielding desire to push the boundaries of what was possible. Every training session, every moment of doubt, and every setback only strengthened my resolve.
On a blustery day at Oxford University's Iffley Road track, the conditions were far from ideal. The wind was strong, and the air was thick with anticipation. Spectators gathered, not just to witness a race, but to see if a man could defy the limits of human endurance. The atmosphere was electric, filled with a mix of skepticism and hope. Bannister achieved what was once deemed impossible. With every stride, he defied the doubters and pushed through the pain. His legs moved with a rhythm that seemed almost mechanical, yet there was a grace to his motion that spoke of years of meticulous training and an indomitable spirit. He crossed the finish line in 3 minutes 59.4 seconds, shattering the 4-minute barrier and etching his name into the annals of history. The crowd erupted in cheers, realizing they had just witnessed a moment that would be remembered for generations. Bannister's achievement was not just a victory for him, but a triumph for all who dared to dream beyond the confines of conventional wisdom. Bannister's feat was a testament to the extraordinary power of belief. It showed that with determination, preparation, and an unshakable belief in oneself, even the most daunting challenges could be overcome. His legacy continues to inspire athletes and dreamers around the world, reminding us that the only true limits are the ones we place on ourselves. Bannister's achievement had a ripple effect across the globe. Suddenly, the impossible seemed possible. Within a year, other runners began to break the 4-minute barrier, proving that the limits we perceive are often self-imposed. This monumental event demonstrated that once a barrier is broken, it can never again hold the same power over us. The world of athletics was forever changed, and the 4-minute mile became a benchmark of human potential rather than a symbol of limitation. The story of the 4-minute mile isn't just about running, it's a testament to human potential and the power of the mind. It's about the power of belief in overcoming obstacles. When Roger Bannister broke the 4-minute barrier, he didn't just set a new record, he shattered a mental barrier that had held athletes back for decades. When we challenge our limiting beliefs, we open the door to new possibilities. It's not just about physical endurance or strength, it's about mental resilience and the courage to push beyond what we think is possible. It's about rewiring our reality and understanding that many barriers are psychological rather than physical. Our brains are incredibly powerful, capable of adapting and evolving when we feed them with positive thoughts and beliefs. By shifting our mindset, we can unlock potentials we never thought possible. This shift doesn't happen overnight. It requires consistent effort, self-reflection, and a willingness to embrace change. Bannister's breakthrough teaches us that with belief, determination, and perseverance, we can achieve extraordinary feats. His story is a reminder that the limits we perceive are often self-imposed. So what barriers will you break today? Will you challenge the status quo, push beyond your comfort zone, and strive for greatness? Remember, the journey to rewiring your reality begins with a single step. Embrace the power of belief and watch as new doors open and new opportunities arise. You know, there were times when I doubted myself, but I realized that the biggest obstacle was my own mind. Once I believed in my abilities, everything changed. It's remarkable how, when we tap into our inner strength, we can overcome even the toughest challenges. The power within us is truly limitless. Success isn't about giant leaps. It's about taking small, consistent steps every day. Each step gets you closer to your goal. Remember, every setback is just a setup for a comeback. Embrace each step of your journey, and you'll find success along the way. You know, the journey to greatness starts with a single stroke of the brush. It's about envisioning your path and then taking deliberate actions to make that vision a reality. Absolutely. Each step, each decision is like adding a new color to your canvas. And before you know it, you've created a masterpiece of your own life. When you speak your dreams out loud, you give them power. It's like planting a seed in the fertile ground of possibility. And as you nurture those dreams with action and persistence, they begin to grow and take shape in ways you might never have imagined.
Know you've been a good friend.
I've realized that the people around us can have a huge impact on our mindset and our goals. Surrounding myself with positive influences has really helped me stay focused. Indeed, the power of influence is profound. By choosing to be around those who uplift and inspire us, we can achieve more than we ever thought possible. Sometimes, the biggest barriers are the ones we create for ourselves, but once we recognize them, we can start to break them down. And in doing so, we unlock our true potential, allowing us to reach heights we never dreamed of. Remember, the only limits that exist are the ones we place on ourselves. Take the first step today. Break your barriers and achieve the impossible. Hit the subscribe button, and share the video and join us on this journey.